folks, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for watching. I'm Rebel, and we are in the relationship advice subreddits. And husband, 24 male, won't pay bills. I don't know where to go from here. I came to this country to escape violent abuse and couldn't legally work while I waited for my visa to be approved. It was his idea for me to come over, and he told me I'd be safer here, which is true. I walk dogs on the side for money, so my partner wouldn't be the only provider for us, although he by far was still the breadwinner. A month before we got married, he got let go from his job for reasons that weren't his fault. That was nearly 2 years ago, and ever since, he has not had another full-time job and has been accumulating more and more debt. I got my visa and paid over 3,000 euros, three-quarters of my life savings, to secure a flat for us. I immediately went into full-time work soon as my visa was approved. He had a 10-hour-a-week job for about a month or two at one point, but was also let go of that one. Since he's funded to go to uni, he got student loans every month deposited into his account, but somehow the debt still kept piling, and so did the beer cans when I got home at nearly midnight every night from work. Oh, okay, ma'am. I am so deep in savings, in my savings, and said as much. But he tells me you're not broke if you have savings. That's offensive to me, who's in debt. All my wages have been going to rent, bills, and keeping us fed, especially him with the last one, since he likes to eat the house out while I'm away from work. If I didn't work this much, he would have starved to death months ago. Our electricity and gas bill has doubled, and I still need to buy groceries. I was stressed and beginning to hallucinate from lack of sleep and overworking a physical job. I am having a few health concerns, but just cannot financially afford to take a day off. He got the hint to buy the damn groceries for once. The day they are meant to be delivered, he gets a call saying his card has been declined. That's when he lets me know he maxed his 2,000 euro overdraft over the past 6 months and has 30 to his name on a credit card. I freaked out and asked him where all the money went, only to see all the beer cans and remember every night he'd have a 4-pack to drink to himself when I got through the door late at night from work, as well as video games and fancy computers set up in our living room. Now there's no food. I caved and paid for the bill myself when he reminded me of the other bills he needs me to pay this month. He tried to guilt me by saying he'll have to sell his Switch and stuff, I guess Nintendo Switch, though he doesn't appear to be in any rush because it's all still there, and he's been on his ass drinking, playing video games, and giggling over movies. He told me not to worry because he's starting a new career in a few days and stressed how he'll be on more money than me. So I asked him, great, so that means your employer is giving a generous upfront payment so you can help me with the 700 plus bills coming out over the next week. He didn't get the sarcasm, unfortunately, nor did he get the bigger picture. At this point, I want to leave him, but my visa depends on us being married. I have no good family It's hard to continue to read because this is a dire situation, and she is being trapped by this man. I have no good family or connections in my home country. I'm building my career here, and all of my relationships are here. Which is hilarious that I, an immigrant, am busting ass to keep myself and him, not an immigrant, afloat. But I'm the problem if I leave his sorry ass. I'm the one that suffers. We've been together for nearly a decade, so naturally I don't want it to end. I don't want to end it here, but if it wasn't for my visa, I'd be tempted to. I'm not quite asking for financial advice, just what the hell to do to stop being mommy to a grown man. This is egregious. I gotta use a big ass word tonight. Commenter says you've escaped physical abuse only to land in financial abuse. Luckily, financial abuse is recognized as forms of abuse in the UK. Maybe contact a couple of women aid societies or citizen advice bureaus. They can likely put you in contact with who you need to help you. I believe you can also speak to your GP as well as a number of immigrant support groups. You're not alone in this OP. There's bunches of organizations that can help you out. You have to just find them. It's unfortunately common for female immigrants to be exploited on marriage visas, and as such, there have been protections put in place. The thing, it is unfortunately common for female immigrants to be exploited, is something that resonates with me in this climate of how much, men are put on the chopping block for women, where if it's common, something else is going on, and I am going to put my finger right into it eventually. But let's continue to proceed to read, because people are lying and I'm getting exhausted with it. But commenter says, yeah, financial abuse is a crime in the UK. You should try to get some advice from Women's Aid. And he's essentially using your visa status to use and control you. And not a gender thing, but this happens to people where they are not legal in a particular country, but they have a livelihood there. 10 years together is a substantial amount of time. And so in doing so, they kind of hold your citizenship or your visa status over your head to get you to manipulate you to do this or to do that. It's not a gender thing. But that other person mentioned women, visa women being exploited. That makes it something to look into as far as gender is concerned. But nobody should be exploited for a visa. But unfortunately, in this imperialistic aspect, this is what happens. Let's see. Everybody's kind of like on the same page. This one says, how much longer do you need to have to be married? You should open a savings separate account that he neither knows about nor can touch. Then just say you have no money and stop subsidizing him. He will work when he sees he needs money. That is a depressing thought, that you have to literally tell a person you have absolutely nothing for them to actually put their part into it. And if that doesn't indicate to leave, I do not know what does. Anyway, this is an interesting one. You guys, run over to Reddit Relationship Advice if you want to read the rest of the comments. Thank you guys for tuning in. This one is triggering and absolutely insane. But if you like content like this, please continue to watch, subscribe, and... Wait, what am I saying? Wait. If you guys enjoy this type of content, please do give us a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video.